Hi, Jim here, and I'd like to tell you a little story. A few years ago, my wife and I were in Hawaii. It had been raining all week, and on our last day, the skies finally cleared. We jumped at the chance to go snorkeling looking for turtles, something we'd been dreaming about the whole trip. So we rented some gear, and when the guy at the shop asked if we were strong swimmers, I confidently said yes, little did I know. At first, it was an incredible adventure, but after about 15 minutes, the waves started crashing over us, filling our snorkels with salt water. We decided we better head back. But after swimming hard for what felt like forever, I realized something terrifying. The seafloor that I was looking at through my mask hadn't changed at all. We were swimming against the current. I was exhausted, scared. I started to panic, to be honest. If we stopped fighting the current, we could see that we'd be pushed straight into some rocky cliffs. But my wife turned to me and said something that I'll never forget. She just, God is love. And we took that, and in that moment, things shifted. We stopped fighting, and we adapted to the current. We let it carry us towards the cliffs, yes. But as we got closer, we spotted something that we hadn't seen before, a tiny patch of sandy beach. So we aimed for it, and soon we let a final small wave land us on a rocky shore. We scraped up our legs a little bit, but we had made it, and we were so grateful. Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of information with too many things coming at you, feeling stuck or overwhelmed? Here's the lesson that I learned that day. The key isn't to fight harder, it's to adapt, to trust and to utilize what's been given to us, to stop pushing and work smarter, being pulled into a positive future. You know, we are all on an information ocean right now, and AI just seems to be adding to it. It's a powerful tool, but for many, it can feel like it's part of the problem. Just more information to overwhelm us. But when you learn how to use it, AI becomes the solution that helps you adapt, simplify, and focus on what really matters. In this video course, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to make huge positive changes in your life, to clarify your vision and your purpose, to overcome decision fatigue, and to build habits that leave you feeling totally empowered. In this first video, I'll show you how to build habits that move you forward, step by step, leaving overwhelm behind. So let's build better habits with AI. Habits are the building blocks of change. They make life easier because you don't have to rely on willpower or motivation. It's like automating your daily life. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, outlines 4 simple steps for building better habits. Step 1, make it obvious. Set a clear cue or trigger. Step 2, make it attractive. You want to crave the habit. Step 3, make it easy. Remove any friction. And step 4, make it satisfying. Celebrate the reward. AI can help with all 4 of these steps. So let me show you how. Let's say you want to build a habit of practicing gratitude, a small but powerful way to shift your mindset and reduce stress. In this class, I'm going to help you decide which AI tool is best to use. I've experimented with them all. For today's exercise, you could use a tool like ChatGPT, but I'll be using Notion AI, a similarly powerful tool for generating fantastic AI results, and it's a great notes software. So here's how you can create an empowering habit that sticks. We said, step 1, make it obvious, the cue. You could ask Notion AI or Perplexity or ChatGPT, what's a good trigger to remind me to practice gratitude every day? The AI might suggest, tie it to your morning coffee or the moment you open your laptop. Step 2, you want to make it attractive, the craving. Next, Ask the AI, what are some benefits of gratitude that will keep me motivated? It might say, gratitude lowers stress, it improves sleep, and it makes you happier. Step 3, make it easy, the response. You could ask, how can I practice gratitude in under 2 minutes? The AI might reply, write down 3 things that you're grateful for, then visualize one of those for 10 seconds. Step 4, make it satisfying, the reward. Finally, ask, what's a good way to celebrate my new habit? ChatGPT or the tool of your choice might suggest, give yourself a high five or do a little dance party. With just a few prompts, you've created a habit system that's simple, motivating, and easy to stick to. So let's give it a try, shall we? Okay, so we're over here in Notion, my favorite tool for capturing notes on the go. You might use another tool. This is just something that I happen to love, and it also happens to have a fantastic AI component. So I'm going to go down here to this little symbol in the corner, this little icon that looks like a face. Click on that. It will pull up my Notion AI, and I can use all of my notes as a knowledge base. But in this case, I'm just going to paste a prompt that I previously created that said, be James Clear, and use all the knowledge and wisdom of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. Help me brainstorm triggers for starting a gratitude habit based on my daily routines. My routines include drinking my fruit smoothie. I don't drink coffee. Checking my email, brushing my teeth, and walking my dogs. So can you give me a morning, afternoon, and evening option and explain why each one would work well? So for there, I described some of my current routines. It might know more in Notion AI by what I've previously put into it. And then I also did this magic trick that I want you to try too. I said, give me different options. Give me a morning, afternoon, and evening option so you can see what works well. So let's see what Notion AI does with this prompt. The morning trigger is after you drink your fruit smoothie. So this trigger is already mentioned. So it's a great, possibly powerful way for you to get into that mindfulness and gratitude exercise. And it tells us why it works. And then it has the afternoon option, walking your dogs, which is more accurate. I walk the dogs more often in the afternoon. And it can be a natural break in your day. So it's explaining all of the benefits for it. And then in an evening option, it says this could be an effective way for you to do after you brush your teeth. And it talks about why it's typically one of the last activities. So it's really interesting. Here, it has kind of like explained it out, but it hasn't actually given me like, a trigger list. It's actually just reiterated the triggers that I gave it. And maybe that was that I needed to give it a better cue. So let's just go over to ChatGPT to see what it does with this same prompt. I put in the same exact prompt here, and I am saying, help me brainstorm triggers. So that's what I was kind of hoping for. So let's see what ChatGPT does. Okay, morning trigger, drinking your fruit smoothie. Again, it's saying this one that I gave it and why it works and how to implement it. And then it's going into specifics like before taking your first sip, say or write down one thing that you're grateful for. And keep a small notebook or a gratitude app nearby to make this process easy. Now, that's a good tip. Having visual clue of the notebook or the gratitude app might help me. The afternoon trigger, checking your email, talks about why it works and how to implement it. Says, before opening your email, pause for 30 seconds. Always a good idea. Especially, where else do we most feel that ocean of information than when doing our email? So here it's saying pause and think about one positive outcome or opportunity. And then you might even jot it down or say it out loud to solidify the habit. I love that idea. And then the evening trigger, it says why it's important, which is good. And then how to implement again. After brushing, look in the mirror and think of one good thing that happened during the day. If you prefer writing, keep a small journal. I think that's fantastic. And you could look in the mirror and you could say, what's something that you're proud of? What's something that you accomplished today that you're grateful for? And then it has some bonus insights. Make it easy. Use the environmental cues. That's very true. Habit stacking, tie gratitude to an existing habit, which is kind of what we've been talking about. That's a huge component that's described in Atomic Habits. So you'd say, after I drink my smoothie, I will write down one thing I'm grateful for. Now that's a powerful statement that I could really use. And then the third one is reward yourself. Yeah, celebrate, enjoy the fact that you've done it. So we have this feedback loop. And I like the ChatGPT version a little bit better. So we experiment and find what works for us. But let's go a little bit deeper. Let's say that we want to make this especially attractive. Remember, first component of the 4 is to make it obvious with the cue. And for that, you might ask for specific and flexible options like we did, morning, evening, afternoon. The second of those 4 components, though, is make it an attractive craving. Here's one way that we can make it attractive. Use visuals. Why don't we create some kind of image, some kind of visual that will help us feel like we're really moving towards this craving that we want? And we could do that with ChatGPT. So let's try that here and just see what it does. And I'm prompting it by saying, create a photorealistic image showing a man as vibrant, healthy, alive, an ever-evolving energy creator, and say, I am an ever-evolving energy creator. So let's just see what happens with that. I'm going to copy it first because in my experience, ChatGPT is great with text generating. And it's okay with Dolly is good, but it is a little bit painterly usually. And I usually want a more photorealistic image. So it's great. It's the tool that you have and can afford. Use whatever you can have and what you can afford. It's the key principle. And it says there, I am an ever-evolving energy creator. Kudos to Dolly and ChatGPT this time, because all the letters look pretty darn good. It's spelled right. That's actually a good visual that I might use to move forward with this habit, making it really attractive. Now, I'm moving to a habit of thinking of myself as very energetic. Well, you could do the same thing with this habit of gratitude. You could create a visual of gratitude and mindfulness and blessing. So just to see what else we could do, let's go to Midjourney and think of what we can create in this tool as something that makes it attractive. And here are 4 images that came up before when I was saying, give me a photorealistic image showing a limitless wealth generator. Maybe that's the vision and the habit that you're trying to create is managing money or thinking in terms of abundance. And it has these 4 images. And one of these might really appeal to you. You might go, oh, well, that's a little weird for me. But this one, okay, yeah, blessings are coming from above. So you can play with that. You could also go back and we could put in that same energy creator one and go ahead and just see what it does compared to ChatGPT. While it's working, we're going to go over to ideogram. And I like this one for making images that have text with them as well. In these 4, I didn't tell it to make any text. The images itself. And I like these as this is going with the limitless wealth creator. That's a little crazy. And that's a little funny. It's looking at a machine. But you can play with these different things. Ideogram over here, you can do the same thing and tell it specifically to include the words. So we'll get that prompt going as well while we go back and look at the Midjourney version that we've asked for. And Midjourney here did not get the text right. This happens all the time. If it happens for you, just keep moving forward. This one, the text is too small and in the lower corner, I didn't get it right. And this one again, see, the text is rarely done right except in ideogram. So let's see what it did here. And I'm going to go to my images instead of their gallery. This is a wild image, but it says, I am an ever-evolving energy creator. And The next one, it doesn't have any text. It looks pretty darn interesting. This one as well, okay, holding up a sign, it's okay. And this one, no text as well, but he's like generating magic. In another part of ideogram that I've described in a previous video, and I can share with you some more in-depth in the future, is you can take an image of yourself and really use your own face in an image like this. And I find that to be the most powerful. So I do recommend ideogram as a tool for this. So let's go back though to this process that we were talking about. We wanted to use these tools to make the habit. And we've made the obvious cue, we've made the craving attractive, and we've added a Midjourney or an ideogram.ai image component to it. Now remember, step 3 was easy, simple response. So we might say, going back to this habit of gratitude, we might say, give me alternatives. One I can do in 5 minutes and one in 1 minute. And let's just see what it comes up with for alternatives. This is the third part of this creating a habit. We want to make it easy. We only want to strive to improve by 1%, not like 100 or 200%. We want to make it so easy. So they give us options here. A 5-minute option is a gratitude walk. Walking the dogs. Take them out. When I walk the dogs, it takes a half hour. But say you're doing a super quick walk and you're combining those two things together. I really like that. And you're dedicating the first 5 minutes of your walk to gratitude. Think of 3 things you're grateful for and reflect on why each one matters to you. Great option. The thing I don't like about it is I probably will have a little bit of a harder time capturing, but I do like that I'm combining 2 activities. The 1-minute option that they say is gratitude breath. The trigger is priming. So I do this practice in the morning of priming, where it's just getting my thoughts into a very, very clear place. It's like getting my mindset right by doing some gratitude practice, breathing exercises, prayer, and visualizing what I really want. And they say the 1-minute option is the gratitude breath. So priming already focuses on that. And it says, before you start, how to implement. Before you start your priming routine, take 1 deep breath. And as you exhale, name 1 thing you're grateful for. Keep it simple. Focus on what's immediately around you, like the quiet of the morning. They say warm coffee, but let's say my cold fruit protein drink, or the energy from your smoothie. There we go. So we're using it to create some easy, simple options. And finally, the last step is make this habit have a satisfying reward. You want to feel like you're going to want to do it again, right? So you want to make it super satisfying. So let's say we want to gamify it, and we can just use ChatGPT in this case. I could go back to Notion AI, Perplexity, Claude. You can use the tool of your choice. And in this case, I'm going to say gamify. Gamify this habit by brainstorming with fun ways to make this even more satisfying. I have no idea what it's going to say. Let's give it a shot. So their first option is gratitude bingo. How it works: create a bingo card with different gratitude prompts. Grateful for a person, grateful for a recent experience, grateful for something unexpected. And the reward: each time you complete a square, give yourself a small reward like a sticker or a mark on a card. I love the idea of using stickers and stars. When you hit a bingo, treat yourself to something bigger: a favorite snack, a new book, or extra time for a hobby. Fantastic. I didn't think of that myself. I used my brainstorming buddy, and I think I'd really like to do that. That sounds like fun. The next one is a gratitude jar challenge. How it works: you keep a jar with colorful slips of paper handy. Each time you produce or practice gratitude, write down 1 thing and put it in the jar. At the end of the week or month, read through the jar. I've heard of other people doing this and recommending it. I love it. Celebrate by reliving the positive moments. Fantastic. We can never have too much gratitude. Number 3, daily gratitude streak. You use a habit tracker app. And then each time you maintain your streak, give yourself a fun reward, like a mini adventure. I love that. And 4, a photo gratitude diary. I love that, being a photographer. Take a photo each day of something you're really grateful for and put it into a special folder or gallery. The reward, after a week or month, create a collage or a slideshow. I'm going to do that too. That's fantastic. 5 is gratitude dice roll. 6 is a gratitude buddy. Yeah, bring somebody else into it. 7 is unlock gratitude levels. You can create different levels. Like 1 is writing one thing down. 2 is including why you're grateful. And 3 is expressing to the purpose or sharing it publicly. And 8 is a gratitude playlist. Music, fantastic. I love that. Make your favorite songs and have a soundtrack of positivity. And you can use Suno for that. And number 9, random gratitude generator. List of prompts, and this will have some unpredictability added into it. I like that as well. And number 10 is gratitude role playing. This is fantastic. There are many answers. I will pick my top 3 and play with them and see which one really works for me. So we've seen how this can really work in a simple process, making it even faster so we can get right to the goal of the habit. So we've seen that AI helps you cut through overwhelm and makes change feel effortless. Instead of fighting against that current of information, you're letting the power of AI carry you toward the habits and the routines that help you thrive. With a tool like ChatGPT or Notion AI, you don't have to figure it all out on your own. You can adapt, simplify, and stay focused without feeling like you're drowning ever again. And you can feel like you're with someone, you're with your brainstorming buddy. In the next video, we're going to take this even deeper. I'll show you how to use AI to uncover your big why, the deeper motivation that keeps you moving forward, that keeps pulling you forward, no matter how challenging life gets. You're going to love this. AI, it can help you find so many ways that you've never imagined. Now, I have a question for you. What's one habit you'd love to create? Drop it in the comments below. One habit you'd really like to create. And I have another request. Start to capture your simple memories, stories that come to mind. Think about the stories of your life that mean something to you, that are significant, and just simply jot them down in any way you can. And we're going to use those for the next video. I like to use a spreadsheet. I just quickly drop any memory, any notion that I have, any recollection into the spreadsheet that says stories that made me. You can do the same thing, or you can just use it on a notepad, physical paper, or your digital app of some sort of note-taking thing. But I want you just to be listening, because everybody always says, capture all your stories like in a moment. That's not how it works. For me, it happens while I'm walking the dogs, while I'm taking a shower. I'll have an idea. So whenever you have some memory of a story that has meant something to you, I want you to jot it down, just a quick reference so you can refer back to it later. And if you feel like going deeper, write it in depth, write down the whole story, what you remember, whether it's positive or negative, as long as you feel like it had a significant impact on your life. All right? So now you have your homework, and remember, jot down in the comments below, what's one habit that you would really like to instill? And if you want to, go ahead and use AI to streamline the process to create that habit from beginning to end. All right, so keep an eye on your inbox for the next video. It's coming soon. I can't wait to help you define your big why. See you next time.